Former investment banker Catherine Austin Fitts exposes the long-term master plan orchestrated by financial elites to establish total control over humanity, which she believes will ultimately fail.
Is the master plan, though, a digital prison? I mean, I get that we can't really count on governments to be transparent and trustworthy when it comes to managing finances, but is the idea really to build this digital matrix?
The master plan is to implement total control and to run a society with two sets of rules, one for a small group of oligarchs. So I don't know if you ever saw the interview after Jared Kushner left the first Trump administration. He gave an interview and he said, given what's happening in biotech, I'm going to be the first generation to live forever, the last generation not to live forever. So now, you can't let 8 billion people live forever because you're going to have an environmental problem. So you have one group of people who apparently think they're going to live forever. And then you have another set of rules for everybody else. And you want to put them on a trajectory to steadily decline in terms of number of population. So I think you're looking at a very long-term plan to reduce the population and create a two-class society where you have, the oligarchs and then everybody else. And the oligarchs are free of having to manage everybody else, one, because they have complete control, but they can turn it over to AI and let the AI do it.
Just to play devil's advocate here, when you speak of these oligarchs, like, who are they? What evidence convinces you, that this is a coordinated effort rather than the natural evolution of tech and financial systems?
I used to live and work with them. So, I lived in that world and I watched them become more and more alienated from
Who is them? Who is them?
So it's the people who run the financial system. At any given time, it's 100 to 1,000 people who run the different key spots in the banks, the insurance companies, the central bank, and the treasury. But I saw them reach a wide consensus that you couldn't trust the average person to behave in a responsible way. And so you had to assert more central control and essentially by giving people lots of consumer attention and choice, move them out of having any political say whatsoever. So you wanted to reduce them to the point where their vote or their participation in the political system didn't mean anything. I don't know if you've heard me say this, but I think they're going to fail. I think this is a vision that they're going to try and institute. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to fail. And my concern is it could hurt a lot of people and do a lot of damage on the way to failing. And so I think it's imperative that we do everything we can to protect ourselves, but we also do everything to push back and push back in a way that takes us in a positive direction when it fails.